Welcome, and today I'm going to talk briefly about persistent data, okay, and especially I'm going to focus on database and SQLite today. So for Android's first thing first, which is for persistent data, okay, for a persistent what does the persistent data mean? Persistent data means it's gonna store into some stable storage, persistent storage like hard disk or external disk or any kind of storage, so that when you close your device or you close your apps, and next time when you reopen it, you should have the possibility to reload the data. Okay, and in Android there are several ways of storing persistent data. The first approach to store the persistent data is to store it into what is called shared preferences. Okay, Android provides you a very convenient way, very easy way to store persistent data, or to store the data for in persistent storage. And the first approach is you can use shared preferences, and if you use shared preferences, it's gonna be suitable for the case of storing data in forms of key, okay, in forms of key and values, okay, key and values, okay, key and values, key and values, key value pairs. Let's just give an example. If you have something like, let's say username, okay, and you're gonna have some values like username is meter A, okay, then you can store it into this kind of shared preferences, username meter A, or you can have another one, let's say user level, and the level is 6, okay, level 6, so on and so forth. You can store inside this kind of shared preferences. Or if you have some other information like if you're gonna have score, okay, is a score, let's say 120, okay, please, then for this kind of data, you should store in using shared preferences, because they are simple kind of key values pairs. Okay, they are simple format of key values pairs over there. Okay, so this one is gonna be stored in shared preferences. Then if you have some more complicated data type for custom storing, like serialization or binary objects, you could use another approach, which is file-based approach. Okay, for the file-based approach, for storing data into the file, you should store anything using Java IO that you already learned. And remember that you have to add for permission. Okay, you need to add for permission. So this is another approach for you to store anything in binary or in a text form, so on and so forth. But you have to add for permission in order to use Java IO into read and write file. Okay, and the next approach to store data is that you're gonna store data into database. Okay, you're gonna store data into database approach. Okay, database approach, and for this database approach, it is very suitable for storing tabular data. Okay, very suitable for storing tabular data. Secondly, it's very suitable for the case that you need to issue, okay, queries using SQL. This one is very advantage. Okay, this one is very advantage, which is you can use SQL in order to work with your data. So you can issue SQL command in order to work with your data. And for Androids, it is built in with SQLite. Okay, SQLite database. Okay, SQLite database. And there may be another approach, okay, which is you're going to store it on the cloud data storage. Okay, cloud storage. Okay, to the cloud storage. Then these are several of the approaches that you could store data for your Android application. And this time we're gonna focus on database approach. Okay, this time we're gonna focus on database approach. And again, to store data tabular data format, and then you can make use of SQL And inside Android, it's already embedded SQLite for you. So what is SQLite? We're gonna learn right now. Okay, so first, the definition of SQLite is SQLite is an embedded, okay, relational database management system. Okay, relational database management system, DB, RDBMS. Okay, relational database management system. Okay, database is collection of DB. Directly is collection of related data, okay, designed to meet their organization business operations, okay, organization business operations, okay. That one is database. Okay, let's just give some example of database like supermarket database, student management database, okay, like library database. Okay, they are just a collection of related data. Okay, then another terms which is management system. Okay, it is a piece of software or system in general, okay, used to manage database. That's why it's called management system. What does it mean by manage? It means you can create and manipulate the database. Okay, it's to a piece of software. Management system is a piece of software used to manage a database, and which means to create and manipulate database. What are database here already? Then R here, okay, the term R here is for relational. Okay, relational means the database management system which based on relations, means store everything in form of relations. Relation is a similar term to a table. Okay, similar terms, only they are not the same. Because okay, if you would like to, you can go search on what's the difference between a relation and a table. But for advanced or academic people, they call them relation. For normal user, we'll just call them table. Okay, so that one is relational database table. Then you can give some examples of database management system, RDBMS. You can have some example of RDBMS. Example like MySQL, okay, Oracle, MS SQL. Not purely, but then they are mainly RDBMS. Okay, then all of this software working this way. All of this software working this way. So you're gonna have that server running first. You have to have that server, let's say MySQL, Oracle, or Microsoft SQL Server running first on your system. This one is running software, running DB server. Okay, database server. This one is the running database server. You have to have that software running first inside your computer, then inside your hard disk. This one is inside the disk. Okay, inside your hard disk, you will have collection of, let's say, inside the disk, you will have collections of database. You will have collections of database file. Okay, you will have collections of database file. Let's say this one. Okay, another one like this. Okay, you have collections of database file inside your hard disk. Okay, this one, let's say, which is a database file storing database for supermarket DB. Okay, supermarket DB. You may have another database file. Okay, another database file which is storing data for. Let's another database which is storing data for, let's say, student management database. Okay, student management SMDB. Okay, student management database SMDB. Then your application, this one is your apps. Okay, this one is your apps. On the computer, your application on the computer. Okay, your application on your computer. Let's say this is your computer. Would like to work with this database. Your application must your application must first gonna communicate with this database server, this running database server, and the database server going to work with this database, okay, and return you the result, okay. And there is no such a way that you can work directly with this database, okay. There is no way that you can work directly with this database if this server is not running. And this one, it is called a standalone server, and you have to work with this server in order to work with your database. This one is the approach for normal database, okay, normal database management system. However, now I'm going to focus on the terms of SQLite. It's going to work different way, which is embedded, okay, okay. But the way of organizing the database is also different. So let's say this one is your Android device, okay. This one is your Android device. Then let's just give an example. Let's say if inside this Android device and you have two apps are running, okay, and each app is provided a folder. Each app is provided with a folder which is called /data. Then the package name of the apps. This package name is what you specify at the first step when you create the application, and databases folder. Okay, Okay. And then of course this one will also have the same thing but with different package name. Okay, let's say the package name for this one is app1. Okay, the package name for this one is app1 in this place. Okay, then package name for this one is app2. Okay, of course with the domain types of you. So this one is the folder. Okay, this one is the folder names. This one is the folder name for this one is for app number 1. This one is for the app number 1. Okay, this one is folder name for the app number 2. Okay, app number 2. And when you create a database, when you create any database, that database is going to be stored only within this folder. Okay, only within this folder. Your app is stored only within this folder. Okay, your app is only stored within this folder. Let's say you're gonna have, let's say, apps 1DB. Okay, so your database won't be stored here. Okay, similarly, you can have, if you can have another database file, it's gonna be stored here as well. Okay, it's gonna be stored here as well. Now let's just undo this one. Okay, let's see. Okay, copy this one, paste it. Oh, it doesn't. Just fine then. Then similar, if you have another database, it's gonna be stored inside this one. It's gonna be stored inside this one as well. Okay, another database is gonna be stored inside this one as well. Okay, it's gonna be stored inside here. Let's say apps1 database 2. Okay, base. Similarly, any database for these apps, any database for this app gonna be stored in this folder as well. In this folder. Okay, in this folder. So I'm gonna draw this one. Okay, so you're gonna have this. Okay, this. Okay. Yeah, let's say this one gonna name this one is app2 db3. Let's say another database over there. Okay, and this app itself, this app cannot directly access to the data from this database. Okay, the database of this apps. Okay, and vice versa. This app cannot access to the database of this app, except if this app provides, app2 provides what is called, here content provider. What calls here is content provider. Okay, if this one provides exposes data using content provider, then this app can access to the data of this database, database of these apps. Okay, saves app. So anyway, this one is just to show you that the database each app is stored in its own folder specified by this folder name, and one app